Hi,
Hi.
guys. Okay, so we are here for the next recording with Caity. I was going to say the next episode, and I'm like, are these episodes? What are these?
These are, yeah, I think it's
Episode?
episodes.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
We're here for the next one with Caity. So, Caity, tell us who you are, what you do,
Oh,
why you're here.
I'm Caity. I am a junior stylist, and I'm here. I love creating. I love painting. I like doing hair, making people happy, and yeah.
Okay, so talk about how you got into this industry.
I did co-op in high school, and I thought that I was originally going to do makeup,
Oh, yeah, that's
but
right.
then as I was like working at a salon and spa, I just gravitated more towards hair. So I got some recommendations of places to go and then went to Aveda right after high school during COVID.
I was just going to say, and yours was during COVID.
Yeah.
So, what did that look like?
That looked like a lot of online classes, 14 mannequin heads shoved in my closet.
14.
14. You're only supposed to get four.
Oh my
And
God.
that's why I had to like try and unlearn a lot of bad habits because no one can correct you unless you're in
Online.
person.
So what did it look like? Did you have to were you live on Zoom?
Yeah.
So they had to actually watch you doing
Yeah.
it. Okay.
In which there was like 14 people in our class, so it's kind of hard to watch all at the same time.
And then they can't actually grade you because they can't see your head.
No. We
Mm,
did end up going in, I started in September 2020. We went in for a few classes in person in October,
okay.
and it was a lot of back and forth and splitting the class in two. And then we were supposed to start taking clients in November, and I didn't take my first client until July.
Whoa, that's crazy.
July 1st, and then I graduated on July 4th.
So
So,
you literally had like
no
nothing.
experience.
So then you went and you got a job.
Yep. In September. So it was like a month and a half break.
Okay. And you were only at that salon before you came here, right?
Doing hair, yes.
Yes. And did you do makeup there as well?
Some.
Very little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what was your hair experience like there? Did they put you through a training program? Did they throw you to the wolves? What did they do?
It was a mix. I feel like they were still trying to figure out a way to do it. I feel like a year in, they started an academy program and sent some of us down to Queen Street. So I had to train and bus from here every day.
Right.
And you would just like bring in models, find people. Sometimes they actually grade you like an assessment paper, like an exam. And before that, we were just going down once a week on Mondays to bring
For
in a
training.
model.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you like that style of learning and training, like where it was like literally on paper and like
I hated it.
okay, so
Oh,
it's not for everybody.
no. Only because it was just like so in different boxes and it's really hard to find people for specific cuts
Right.
because you could do a variation of each one, but unless you're doing it by the book, like you lose marks. I lost marks for
Oh.
even like not folding my towel and just like throwing it on the
Oh,
side for like
wow.
cleanliness.
And then did you have to get a certain like number for a mark to be able to like be passed on that specific thing?
I think it was 70% on it, but in order for you to get it signed off on your book, you had to do that specific test a few times.
Wow.
Yeah,
So very intense.
very.
So let's say, how long were you there for in total?
2 years.
So 2 years, but how you had just kind of started getting your hands on hair. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was a month and a half in, they started letting us do blow dries
Okay.
for colorists. And then a few months after that, took clients for haircuts, got taken off the floor, and then put back on.
Okay. And then, so 2 years, and then why the change? Why did you find us?
Because I was coming home every day crying because I hated it so much.
Oh,
It like
what did you hate? The commute, the school, the people?
the commute
Not the
kind of
school,
sucked.
the salon, I mean.
The commute kind of sucked because I still didn't have my license either.
Mm,
So I was paying like $35 each way, like making nothing.
yep.
And then I just felt like I wasn't really doing much. I was trying to fight to like even do color.
Hmm.
And I felt like there was a lot of favoritism as well.
Okay.
So it's not like I could really go anywhere. It would take a really long time. So find, like my boyfriend had told me a few times, like find a place, find a new one. And then when I was searching in Milton, I was gonna go to your previous one.
Okay.
And I was like,
Like, did you set up an interview and stuff there?
no.
Okay.
I debated it, and then I came across like the website, and I loved how you had like specifically for the stylist. I read the whole thing, and I run downstairs to my mom. And I'm like, read this. This is it. Like, this is what I want to do.
That's cool.
Yeah. So.
And then you sent me a message on Instagram
and email.
And how did that go?
Pretty much, she said, not now. I'm busy. Reach out to me in like 3 months or 4 months. And then I just turned on post notifications to make sure that I saw every post just in case. Right. And finally, once I saw that you had posted for an assistant, it was after 2 minutes. I responded so fast and then started pacing around my house.
When is she going to write me back?
Literally. And then anytime I saw like the little bubbles, I was
and
like,
how long did it take for me to write you back?
It wasn't that long. Yeah.
I'm pretty good on that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I don't actually fully remember.
Yeah.
I had you come in and I met with you in person.
Yes. It was in the evening time on a Wednesday.
Okay.
And then had a hard time finding the place first
Everybody
of all.
does. Yeah.
And I walked in, we just sat in the back and like talked for a bit.
Was it just you and me or was it other girls there?
It was just you and me.
Okay.
I like some people may have popped in.
That's what I thought.
A bit, but it was just us. Like I just brought resume, portfolio, like and the actual assessments. I remember that too. Yeah. Just to show you, it's like, hey, I've done all of this. Please sign my book.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck are these assessments?
Yeah. And
then I had you come back in for a second interview / meet and greet, let's call it.
For the whole Wednesday, because we were trying to find a time, and I was like, I'm working every time. And you were like, just call out sick.
Yep. So you did.
Yep.
So my husband is a chef, and they do what they call like a stage in the kitchen. So they have a potential cook or chef come in and do a stage. And that's what gave me the idea. So I've been doing it for a long time now, where I have someone who I like come in for a second interview, but really it's just a stage / like a working interview. And they hang out not for the whole day. Some people for the whole day, some for like just an hour, some for 2 hours, whatever. And the point of it, I don't even know if you know what the point of it is. Do you know what?
Just to like see you in that environment and interacting with people.
So it's for me to see how that particular person interacts with my team, because the team is like so important to us. And to see if they just kind of stand back or if they actually like get in there. Right. So I remember walking into the back room and you were chatting with all the girls.
Yeah.
Right. And like that to me is like so important. Like if they don't like someone, it's just not going to work. Like we're such a tight knit group of people. So, you hung out for not the whole day.
It was the whole day.
Yeah.
Because you were like, you can leave anytime. And I was like, I'm making a good impression. I want to learn.
Yeah.
And then I came back in for another interview.
Yes.
3 times.
Yep.
And brought in my mom.
For a model.
Yeah. Because usually from where I'm coming from, it's frowned upon to bring in friends or family. And you're like, no, bring friends or family.
That is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah. And she hadn't colored her hair in literal years, but she's like, I will do it so you're comfortable and you get this.
Yes. So the reason I do that for some people is because I have learned in my years of doing hair, but my 13 years of owning a business, is that people think they're a lot farther along than what they actually are. So by doing that, it gave me the opportunity to see like that you actually weren't lying about your skill set.
You said I was farther along than I actually thought. I felt gaslit. Because you were like, oh, why are you still assisting? I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. But everybody does things so differently, right? And like, that's why I asked you if you like had structure or if you got thrown to the wolves. Because I throw people to the wolves. Yeah. So what was your experience like having that experience versus the structure? Which way do you think you like better having experienced both?
I mean, it's so much better just to get thrown, especially like where I was, because I had already been working with people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's less awkward and like building rapport.
Yeah.
So now that I already had that, being able to actually do color, even though it's with a completely different color
Mm-hmm.
line, at least being comfortable to try out different foiling techniques, try out, or at least just work on somebody's head
Yeah.
is makes you learn so much faster.
Totally.
Because
Yeah.
already I've learned way more, like
Yeah.
in a year.
I think that there are like some people need structure and some people are so creative
Mm-hmm.
that like they just need that hands-on and you learn from the hands-on versus having that paper to be like, oh shit, I only got 65%. Like this is a creative industry. It's a creative field. And like I talk all the time when I'm doing color, like I follow my intuition. So I call it like intuitive coloring or intuitive color cutting.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why I'm throwing this many grams of the view in, but I know my color theory and I know color science and I know why. And I'm just doing it because that's what my gut's telling me to do. And like, I'm pretty fucking good. Like, I don't often fuck up a color and get something different than what I wanted.
At the
Right.
beginning, you definitely need the structure just to
Yeah.
like understand before you start breaking the rules and
And
like
you didn't
doing
get it
them.
in school
Yeah.
at all because you weren't in school.
Yeah.
Versus other apprentices or like assistants who would come, they've had that in school structure already.
Yeah.
Right? Did I ever tell you I was going to open a school?
I feel like briefly mentioned it,
Could you
but
imagine? I'd be a terrible
well,
teacher for
you
that.
you'd be great when they were towards the end,
Yes, I'd be
but
horrible.
like you need someone who
Yeah,
has like take this.
yeah,
This is 90 degrees. You're
yeah. I would be so bad at that.
yeah.
So glad that didn't happen. Okay, so now you have been here for a year and a half,
Mm.
and you are taking all services with the exception of short haircuts.
Yep.
Okay. And updos. No, you do updos.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, but
Not yet.
you
Yeah.
play around with them.
Yeah.
Okay. So other than short hair and updos, what scares you still about hair?
I would say like really maximum blonding.
Yeah.
Like doing on scalps and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or just formulating for reds and coppers.
Probably because you don't get too many of them.
Yeah. So I still like have fun and they look really nice.
Yeah, like the red you
But
did yesterday was like next
yeah,
level. It was beautiful.
in which I formulated on my own.
Yeah.
But most of the time, like when it comes to those ones, or even just lived in brunettes, so they still want a little bit of color, finding the balance between too subtle and too
not
bright
enough.
is like still a struggle. That doesn't scare me as much, but definitely the maximum blonding and formulating reds.
Mm-hmm. And what excites you most?
Pop tops right now.
Pop Tarts.
Those are awesome.
Pop Tarts are so fun. You should go grab one and show them.
Yep.
We're gonna grab one and show them. So we have opened up a Industry Wig Co. So it is our sister company to Industry Hair Co. And Caity is taking the lead in our Pop Tops. Go a little close to the camera and show it. So they essentially are little toppers that sit on the top of your head. And this one in particular, you would leave out like your natural blonde. Yeah, it looks so good.
So good.
But they are a really fun way to be creative because one of the things that Caity has been, I do one-on-ones with my team like 3 times a year. So we have a full hour together and we brainstorm and we talk goals and we talk struggles. We talk everything. And one of the things that she said she wasn't getting that she still wanted to dabble in was fashion colors.
Yeah.
And for anyone who's had fashion colors or wanted fashion colors, you know how hard they are to get to stay in your hair, but then how hard they are to come out of your hair. So they're not for everyone. They're also not for a weak stylist because they are intense. But anyways, this was a really fun way for her to like fill that void and still be able to have fun. She just did another one today that's like blue and turquoise. It's really pretty. What are you gonna name the new one?
I haven't even thought about that yet.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna lean towards Billy.
Billy, I love that.
Yeah.
I was thinking Bluey. Imagine. No.
Well,
Billy, I like Billy.
kind of like the same thing because I want to name everybody
Yeah.
after different music
Oh,
artists.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this one was Haley
Yep.
because I feel like Haley Williams does a lot of cool stuff.
Hmm.
And I just thought of Billie now because her most recent album, Billie
Yeah,
Eilish. Yeah,
totally. I love
I
that.
feel like that goes with the vibe.
I love that. Okay, so yeah, you've been here for a year and a half now. You have grown so much as a stylist. Um, what do you feel like is next for you? Like, do you?
Probably more like I really enjoy whenever I have time to do these
Hmm.
different things because I get to be more creative
Yep.
and I learn about different placements. And
Hmm.
once I actually see it, it's much easier to apply to actual clients
Right.
of if you want to see it more, if you want to blend it,
Yep.
it's easier to experiment
Hmm.
rather than wanting to do it on the client and being like, ooh, this might
Totally.
not work.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then probably just like more extensions too. I feel
Yeah.
like just taking on a few more people.
Yeah. And I think this will be something really fun to also add into extensions.
Hmm.
Again, in human hair, they're so hard. Like it has to be the perfect porosity to take like
Those
this,
colors, yeah.
right? Like, so to be able to do it on extension hair and have fun with it that way, I feel like will be really cool.
Even on the raw pop top that I just did
Hmm.
now, when I saw the turquoise on it, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna take. Maybe it needs to be a level lighter,
But it
but
was perfect.
it worked
Yeah,
out.
exactly. Okay, what else? What else?
What else? Um, I feel like work-life balance has been awesome
Okay,
here as well.
good.
Just being able to control my schedule
Hmm.
and like easily adjusting
Yep,
as well. So it's like, okay, work longer one day, like
yep.
leave earlier one day. And then the thing that I probably love the most is just the like who we work with as well.
So good.
Because even just over time, like becoming closer with
Yeah,
everybody. And then anytime that someone new comes in, it's like, oh, they've only been here for like 2 months, three
and you
months,
wouldn't even
4.
know.
No.
Yeah. Okay, who do you think is the funniest stylist we work with?
I feel like the person who it's really hard because I wanted to say it's between Sarah L
Hmm.
and Victoria.
Hmm.
I feel like more recently Sarah L because I've been interacting with her a lot more.
Yep,
But
yep.
especially even the back room yesterday had me crying laughing.
She has a unique like sense of humor,
Yeah.
right? It's like Jessica.
Yeah.
Like people are really scared of Jessica and intimidated by her until they get to know her, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "Fuck, she's hilarious."
I absolutely was.
Right?
Yeah. And then
Exactly.
now I'm just like, oh, but that like
That's
her humor is a
her.
little more dry too.
Totally. Yeah.
And you have to know that she's not being
Yeah.
serious. Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think is the biggest like goal setter and achiever?
Goal setter and achiever. Um, I feel like saying you would be a cop out, but like,
Yeah, not me.
um, who? I feel like my first instinct wants to say Sam.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say too, probably, yeah. Who do you think has the best sense of fashion?
Sam.
Who do you think is going to shock the world and take over something powerful in our industry?
Ooh.
Like something that's so missing that like they're just gonna like find that solution and just like bam, next thing you know, we have like a fucking celebrity on our team.
I feel like Sarah L is taking the steps to get there
Mhm.
already, so I can see that for her. And then maybe also
I know who
I was
I
gonna
would
say
say, but
Bailey,
okay.
but
Yeah, I could see Bailey for one thing in particular, and then I see Alyssa for
mm,
something else, but
yeah.
I'm not going to say it because then someone's going to steal it.
Oh, I want to know. Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah. I just feel like, yeah, when I think of like that's next level, like nobody does that.
yeah.
you know. Who who's always arrives at work the earliest, other than you?
I was gonna be like me. Oh God. Um, who comes in? Sam and Sarah A.
Yeah, I would say Sarah A too.
Yeah.
Sarah's always at least a half hour.
Not Victoria.
Not Victoria. I was just, the next question was going to be who arrives late?
Victoria.
Victoria or Kelly?
Yeah.
Those two are
No, Kelly
not
pushes it.
the good arrivers. But Victoria's the last to leave,
Yeah.
right? So be it. Who has the best ass?
Kelly. Duh.
Obviously. Okay, what's your favorite conversation in the back room?
Whenever we have to close the door.
Okay.
Those ones are usually like crying, laughing.
Okay. Do you think our clients like hearing laughter in the back room, or do you think they're like annoyed by it?
I think a majority of people like it, like they enjoy it, especially like if I ever hear Victoria laugh, because that's the first one you're going to hear. I'm like, that's Victoria. If you ever hear it.
Yep. Totally.
That, like, some people it probably does annoy, but like this is our vibe.
Totally.
So
okay, what's your favorite reel that you've ever filmed?
I mean, the one I just did with Sarah L is up there right now.
Oh, on the wall?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, as I was asking that, the one with the garbage bag, where you throw it. Was that you or Victoria?
I think that's Victoria.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, it was you.
No, I don't. I think Victoria did it.
Did she?
My other
What's
favorite of hers
I'm
is with the.
Of? No, it was you. Oh, I know what one I'm thinking. Sorry, not that one. I haven't even found it. The one where you are like you started in the salon because you're like looking at the haircut, and then you went all the way outside
because I have to like perfect it. And that was using
that one.
Kay's head.
Yeah. That one is funny. Now I'm like gonna go and I'm gonna see. Okay, who is your ideal client? If someone's watching this and they're like, oh, I'm looking for like a new stylist, like who's your ideal?
Just like as a person?
As a person.
I had one today where we were talking about music a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's ones that we vibe the best with.
Yeah.
So then I can talk about like different artists, upcoming events. It's like, oh, where are you going?
Yeah.
You got tickets to that. You got extra. Pets as well.
Yeah.
And just.
Is age ever a thing for you, or no? It's more like personality and interests and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's personality because I feel like there's people of every age who I vibe with. I feel a lot of like grade 11 to I don't know 35 is like who I tend to be vibing the most with, but
which is kind of crazy because that's like almost 20-year right?
It can
but
be,
it's so cool that that's like accurate, like, and it is very accurate, like it can be, it's not always about age, it's about personality and the conversations that those people can have with you. And hair wise, anything in particular that like you love to do other than fashion colors? Let's say, like, what's your ideal head canvas?
I like to do canvas. Do
you like soft, subtle looks or more like bright and vibrant?
I like blended.
Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be like higher maintenance or lower maintenance.
So don't come to Caity if you want skunk highlights.
No, please don't. I mean, I can do it.
But yet she rocked out a skunk vibe on this.
Different though. I had one recently where I did Y2K chunky highlights.
Yeah.
And like it turned out really good, looked great, but I was
not your vibe.
No, I was losing my mind trying to perfect it.
Yeah.
But I just like being able to have a nice blend, so then it doesn't have to be like right to the root.
Yeah.
It also just gives people more longevity. Yeah. Growing out wise too.
That mirror looks really good.
It looks very good. I like it now that it has less,
Yeah. I
or
need to
like just
still clean it,
speckles.
but it
Yeah.
looks good. Okay. Thanks for chatting.
Yeah, it was
What
fun.
do you think we should call this series that we're doing? Because it's nameless currently.
I'm blanking.
I had said to Vic, I was like, we should call it Couch Combos. And then I was like, that's so stupid. And then I was like, we could call it Behind the Stylist, but I feel like that's also like
more Vit, yeah.
Yeah.
Industry Couch Co. No.
Industry Couch Co. We should.
It's just
That's so good. Industry Couch Co. I kind of like that. That'd be kind of funny.
I don't know. I was like thinking we could play on a podcast thing too, but I feel like that's been done a lot. Industry cast or whatever.
I know. I can steal the audio from like this video and we can post it as like a podcast too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have the exact same name as whatever this series will be called.
That's all I got for you, Industry Couch Co.
Industry Couch Co. I kind of dig it. Okay. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.